Hello everyone and welcome to Let the People Know right here on SSP TV. We are here at Marion Catholic High School in Tamaqua, Pennsylvania. Today you're going to be informed about Men of Marian, about the Alumni Association, and about a brand new group for the community, and it's called the Parent Ambassadors. So I'm pleased to have John Patton with us. He is the Men of Marian president and no stranger to SSP TV, right?
It's always great to be on no matter which one of your shows. It's always good to be on.
We just switched shirts and we're doing different shows now, right?
Well, this is a great venue to have it in here in the cafeteria of the high school. So really feel at home here. So, looking forward to it.
All right. So tell us about your connection first with Marion.
Well, I started coming here probably in the early 70s. I was 5 or 6 years old when I got to this building. So I had an older brother and older sister who graduated. I graduated back in '82 and I was gone for a while up until maybe, you kept in touch with the school, but really you didn't have a day-to-day presence until the late 90s. We moved back to the area. My wife is now a teacher here. She's been here 20 years. I'm the basketball coach for the last 20 years. And about a year and a half ago, they were looking for someone to take over as the president of Men of Marian. It's an organization that's been around 50 years. It was started back in, really with the idea of helping out the athletic program side of it. It's the Men of Marian, but it's actually the people of Marion. So we have everybody. We've men, we have women, we have people who have retired, and people who are active. So we'll take anybody who wants to help. But basically, what we do is every year we provide financial support for all the sporting programs, as well as the band, the cheerleaders, and this year with the new STEM program, we took on a little bit of an addition there. We've some of the stuff that they were looking for, we got involved and said, from that standpoint, we'd like to do that. We support the academic side of it, so it's mainly athletics, but it's really the entire school benefits from the Men of Marian.
Okay. I'm glad you brought up athletics because some people think because it's a small school that we don't have sports. What sports do we have here at Marion?
Well, and hopefully I won't miss any. But in the fall we have football, volleyball, and golf, cross country, and then in the winter we have boys and girls basketball. We have a wrestling co-op. We have track, baseball, softball, cheerleading, band. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody.
So we have a lot.
We have a lot. So there's a lot. We encourage, and again, even from me as a coaching standpoint, we encourage people to become active in a lot of these different things. Nowhere do we have the idea that we are either one sport. We kind of try and all the coaches work together to make sure that if they want to participate in whatever it is, sports and academics as well, we make it work for them. And the Men of Marian supports that function as well.
What are some of the fundraisers that you have that the community can participate in?
Sure. We look to raise upwards of $75,000 a year. We have a bunch of different things that we do. The biggest that we have coming up is our Men of Marian picnic, and it's the last weekend in July. It's a 3-day event. It's here. It's on premises. And so it is, we have bands that come in, we have all kinds of food, we have games. Last year we started something called the Men of Marian Summer Games. So we have high school basketball that goes on in the gym. We have a punt, pass, and kick tournament. We have a 5K. This year we added breakfast after the 5K, and we have a volleyball tournament. So all those things run in conjunction with the picnic itself. And that's a 3-day, and that's one of our larger fundraisers. We do the basket auction in either late April or May, depending on when Easter falls.
Which, listen, I didn't win this time around, and I'm a little, was this fixed or what?
It was, it's impressive.
Because I was the first one to have my tickets in.
Well, what's impressive about that
How about that?
When we start this whole thing, you go, oh, we don't have any gifts here. And then at the end, you're like, there's like 200 and some prizes. And, we have a whole bunch of different things that we do there, but that is, that's just a Sunday, and, but leading up to it, it's just and the kids do a lot of the work. And what I really need to express there is, the kids kind of are involved in all the basics, the background. So while we support them, they really support the Men of Marian as well. And then we do things like the football program booklet. We run the concession stands for all the sports. We do a daily number calendar. Last year we did for the first time a polar plunge, which I got.
Which this year you're going to participate in.
Well,
because that can be a separate fundraiser where you pay extras to see John jump in.
Well, if you
in his
participate
boxers.
by saying that I get within 10 feet of the water, then we're good.
Nope.
Because no closer than that.
How about that?
So,
how about just a bucket over your head then?
No.
Okay.
But thank you.
All right. So you have that.
Yes, and then again, we do a lot of like little things during the course of the year. You know, anything that we get involved with, we partnered with the Standard Speaker and with the Future Business Leaders of America. The Men of Marian partnered to have a book sale up at the mall in Hazleton, which the Standard Speaker used to do on its own, but we just didn't have the personnel, so we got together. Nice. We went with the Future Business Leaders. They used it as their fundraiser. The Men of Marian provided the support. So there's always stuff that's out there that we're looking for, and we're looking for things that are different. But we're also looking for things that don't have a lot of prep time or a lot of work in it, because we're a small number and we do a lot of work. So anybody who wants to join, we're more than happy to have you. Call the office, let us know, and my wife will send you an email and we'll get you on the email list.
All right, nice. Well, you have children who go to school here, went to school here. Just a final pitch to the public as far as why Marion, if you're looking for an education for your son or daughter.
Well, I'll tell you, you know, I met my wife in college in Wilkes-Barre, and we talked about different things, and I said, the one thing I absolutely want to do is make sure my kids go to Marion. So it took me a while to get back in. It is that kind of atmosphere. When you're here, when you're outside, I don't think you really realize what it's like to be inside. Once you get inside, you understand what it's all about. And I think if we can get people into the building, if they can become part of the family, they'll understand years from now what they got.
Come shadow us, right? Come shadow us,
We're
right?
happy to have you.
All right, we'll call for Men of Marian. Thank you to John Patton.
Always a pleasure.
All right, coming up next here on Let the People Know, we meet with Bill O'Gurk. He is the Alumni Chair. Later in the program, we have the Parent Ambassadors with us. We have Rick Reaman and my sister-in-law, Lori Lesante. Stay with us. You're watching SSP TV. Welcome back. You're watching Let the People Know right here on SSP TV. We're saying hello to all of our friends on cable systems in Pottsville, Hazleton, Wilkes-Barre, and Scranton. I am here at Marion Catholic High School, located in Tamaqua, Pennsylvania, and here at Marion, we are informing you on how you can get an exceptional education rooted in faith, family, and tradition. You heard from John Patton of Men of Marian, and now we are with Bill O'Gurk. He is the Alumni Chair, and we are going to inform you on what we need to get all these alumni involved here at Marion Catholic High School. So Bill, first, thanks for joining us here in the cafeteria.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
All right, so tell us about your background. You're a 1973 grad.
I am. I graduated here in 1973, and they were most especially the best years of my life.
All right.
And that's really one of the reasons why I've always been around Marion since then, both as a fan, a former student here, and as a parent, and then as a booster. I've been involved with the Men of Marian for years, but most importantly, we met with the principal, Jean Susko, and Stan DeCosti, the athletic director, about resurrecting the Marion Alumni Association. And we think it's a good thing to do. We think that it will provide a vital organization that can do a lot of good for Marion High School and its students.
All right. So the Alumni Association, what do you want to accomplish? What are you looking for from the community?
So the goal is this. Let me say this, Jeannine, that there has been a disconnect that admittedly we're not very happy about, and by that I mean that we think that contact with our alumni kind of got away from us, and that's a sad thing, because I know that all the alumni that I know of Marion High School are very proud to have been students here and proud to have been parents here, and we need to keep them informed about what's going on. But the goal of the Alumni Association, we think, should be twofold. One is to have an active membership where we would ask them, the graduates, to consider giving us a $10 per year membership fee as a way of generating some money to help the school. So one is that, but that, of course, isn't the most important. The other avenue we think that is most important is to have Marion alumni contribute back to the school in a lot of other ways. And that could be by just having a conversation with one of our students, could be helping out with odd jobs around here, anything that would help the total program here to make it as best as we can for the young men and women who go to school here. We would like to get our alumni involved in doing.
As you know, times have changed where Marion is now servicing not only the Tamaqua area and more Mahanoy City, but it's also serving the Hazleton area, the McAdoo area, the Freeland area. We have such a broad range of students who are investing here in the school. So it's nice to know that there are people who value the education, who value the tradition, the faith behind it, and that you're going out into the public and letting people know exactly what Marion is all about.
Well, you know, it's a special education. It really is. I talked to Jean and Stan about the sign that used to hang in the gym that read, where Jesus makes the difference. And it's down. And one of the things in my passion for getting things the way they were and getting more people involved in the alumni relations is to get that sign back up there and get people to buy into the concept that, man, those years that I went through there were special. And there were so many people around, whether it was the administration or the faculty or coaches or parents or Men of Marian, all the people who volunteered that contributed to make their education special. And I've had a real nice time discussing some of this with alumni who've contacted me already, and we hope to continue to do that. But most importantly, we want alumni to know what's going on at Marion and the great work that's being done here. Like our STEM labs and things of that nature. We need to share that with our alumni so that they know that the Marion High School they knew when they attended school here is the same Marion High School and still providing that quality education.
And we are an area that is very prideful of our history, of our traditions, and what a great way to share memories, connect the old with the new, and bring those two worlds together. Now, we are looking to collaborate all of the alumni contact information. So there are several ways that you can do that, which are located on the screen. The alumni at Marion Catholic High School, or excuse me, alumni at marioncatholichs.org is the email, and the phone number is 570-467-0641 if you'd like to get in connection with Bill, get in contact with the school, and really get us your information so that we can put you, you're not going to be bombarded with emails, but just so you're in the loop of the things that are going on here at Marion, how you can continue to grow with the school and the community.
And you know, Jeannine, it's been said many times that you don't know the capabilities of a certain initiative unless you ask. So we plan to ask alumni, can you help with this? Can you help with that? Can you contribute? Not necessarily the most important thing, but even just the membership is so important to us. And we had 8,000 people go through these halls. And if we can get a large percentage of those graduates to become members, that could generate a sizable amount of money that will help with tuition assistance, facilities, upgrades, the things that the school needs. There's no question about it. We're living in an era now that this is a crucial time for Catholic education.
Yes, it is.
I just read in the paper a couple of weeks ago in the Pottsville paper, the headline was similar, something to the effect, what's the future of Catholic education in Schuylkill County? And you know, that was alarming to me because we have to make sure that this alternative to a public education is available for those who want it. And most especially, you know, it's faith-based. I think the results speak for themselves. I think people, parents most especially, who want their sons and daughters to have a quality education and make that investment in Marion need to know the total package, and not just, you know, everything that goes on here, but things that go on behind the scenes that make it the special school that it is.
It certainly is a family environment. If you're just sending your child off to school as a babysitting center, that this is definitely not the school for you.
Right.
We're definitely invested, know each student by name, and they are treated 100% with exceptional care, not only with the books, but I think these children that come through the school, there's a lot of different issues going on that they deal with in life, that their faith has helped them through, and that the teachers and administrations can help them through with the faith as the base.
Right. So one thing, most especially, if your viewers would just take a moment to think, if they did or did not receive the mailing from us about what we're trying to do, I would hope that they would contact us either by emailing the school, and I will be managing that email account and responding to every one of them, with pleasure, by the way. And if they could let us know, because here's what happens. Boys and girls who graduate here and we have their parents' address and we mail to them, things change in life.
Right.
And they move on, and they're into their adulthoods and maybe parenthood, and maybe live in a different part of the country. And if we haven't heard from them, we'd like to. And if we're not reaching them, we absolutely want to.
And we are doing a better job with communication. We have our own Facebook page. It's Marion Catholic High School. We have an Instagram. We have digital ads that are up there. So there are ways for you to connect with us. If you can't get a hold of Bill, we will certainly get that information to him here at the school. Thank you for joining us and shedding light on what the Alumni Association can do. And when we come back, we're going to be talking with a new group here, the Parent Ambassadors. Again, open communication, giving you as much communication as we can about Marion Catholic High School here in Tamaqua, Pennsylvania. Stay with us. You're watching Let the People Know. Hey guys, welcome back. You're watching Let the People Know right here on SSP TV. I'm here at Marion Catholic High School, and we are giving you a lot of information today on the importance of Catholic education. We talked about Men of Marian, and we talked about the Alumni Association, and now I'm with parents, and they are part of a brand new group within the school called the Parent Ambassadors. I have my sister-in-law with me, Jeannine Lesante, and I have Rick Reaman with me as well. They're both parent ambassadors, and I think this is a great opportunity for the school to be able to give out a lot of communication to incoming freshmen, and if parents have questions, these are the people now that we can go to. So thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so Rick, we're going to start with you because you have a long history here with Marion Catholic High School, so fill us in on your background first.
So history not that long, but a couple years. My oldest daughter she's going to be a senior this year.
Okay.
So I've got 4 years under our belt. Neither my wife nor I were alumni, so we were new to Marion when we first came here. I also have a daughter who's a sophomore. And 2 more coming up. So I will be, with Marion for a long time till we're all said and done. But when I was first approached about the Parent Ambassador program, it was really exciting because I can think back to when I first was introduced to Marion, not being an alum or really having any experience with it, when my first daughter came here, and there was just so much to learn. There were so many things that we didn't know, and it was trying to kind of find our way through it. We were fortunate. My daughter was involved in the golf program and cheerleading at that time, and so she was able to kind of get introduced to the school before the school year officially started, so that helped a little bit. But it is amazing once you come here and get involved and get connected with the parents. It really is a family environment, and so that's what we're trying to capture with the Parent Ambassadors group. It's just a group of parents of existing and prior students who've been here who are willing to just help out to outreach to the parents. We have a lot of things that are targeted communication to the new students coming in, but not as much information to the parents. So it was, just kind of here's the information you need to know from a parent's perspective, because we've all been there. We've had those times where, oh my gosh, this question comes up, don't know who to ask, and so we're there as an additional resource.
All right, and Lori, we started this year with our children starting, Alyssa and Isabella starting as freshmen. Now they're going to be incoming sophomores. So what was your experience starting with the school, and why did you decide to step on board with the Parent Ambassadors?
So, I tell everybody, and we kind of laugh about it, that Isabella had a really easy time transitioning to high school. I struggled with the transition to high school. We came from Holy Family, which was a small school, very family oriented as well, and I was very involved from preschool straight through to 8th grade. And I remember saying to Mr. Basic at the end of the 8th grade year, he said, what are you going to do next year? And I said, relax. I'm not getting involved. She's in high school. What do I need to be involved for? And then I got here and I went to the first event as a parent, and I didn't have that family feeling because I wasn't involved. And that's really what you need to do. So joining the Parent Ambassador Group, it gave me that sense of that Marion pride. And how can we, as Rick had said, reach out to the incoming families or the families that are already here? Because I had so many questions. The last time I had high school was when I was a high school student, and she's our only child. And Sam and I didn't come to Marion. So we had lots of questions. So if you can help someone else, why not?
So since the time that the Parent Ambassador Group has been formed, I believe there's about a dozen parents on it. And they're from all walks of life. Some of them have students here that are freshmen, some are already graduating, but they're involved in different events. So we really have a good mix of parents that are involved. You have some events that are going up. Some things are new as we create a variety of ways to communicate not only with the school and parents, but with the community, and telling the community how important it is to keep Catholic education embedded in the greater Hazleton area and the Schuylkill County area. This is the only Catholic high school left within the radius of where our children go to school, which is a 20-mile radius. And it is important to support it, as we heard from the Alumni Association, and internally support it with Men of Marian. So this is great because this is just another support system for parents to get involved. I know when I go home sometimes and I ask my kids about things, it's like you're gonna be an investigator trying to figure out what information is actually coming out of the school that you need to be a part of. So it is nice to be able to directly talk with the parents to get the facts straight. There are many new things going on. First and foremost, there was the freshman orientation, which will now be an annual thing. I happen to be there because my son Mason is coming here in the fall. He starts as a freshman. I was, again, Marion pride. I was so proud of what came out of that meeting. A lot of information, from finances to athletics to getting involved in activities to financial aid. So tell me about that and what kind of feedback you've received from that so far.
Well, I know, excuse me, I've had very positive feedback because, there were parents here who I kind of knew from Holy Family, and, simple questions like a uniform. What's the uniform? And I remember saying the same thing. So we had the uniform company here. We had samples of the uniform. Where do I get this or that? All those questions are answered now before, you're getting to the school year's ready to start and you're still saying, gee, I don't even know what she's supposed to wear. So that, just passing that information on, that's simple stuff that we don't really think about.
And I've gotten the similar feedback. I mean, it really was a great idea. The difference for us this year was much less like a formal orientation and more of a casual family feel. And that's really what we were going for, to reach out directly to the parents. And we also did, the way we had it set up, we had a parents only session, and we also had at the same time a students only session, so that the new students were actually able to meet some of the upperclassmen that they're going to see when they come to school in the fall, and be able to ask them questions, get a basic tour of the school so that they kind of have their lay of the land when they get here for that first day. There's enough jitters always on that first day of high school, but at least if you know where you're going and you're wearing the right uniform, and all of those things that that can cause some of that stress and anxiety, we're hoping to put those to to bed so that they kind of had a feel, and also knew some faces. When they come on the first day, they're going to know not just people that they've attended elementary and middle school with before, but also some of the new faces from Marion, from some of the upperclassmen. And as Lori mentioned before, the upperclassmen really do a great job of trying to reach out and help the underclassmen kind of learn the ropes.
All right, we're running out of time, but I know there's an event coming up. We have a movie night coming up, and we also have the freshmen participating this year in the first football game.
Right, so all of our freshmen and incoming students will be recognized out on the field on our first football game, which I believe is August 30th.
Yes.
So we're excited about doing that this year because it does give them, again, welcoming you officially to the Marion family.
And being a part of it.
Absolutely.
All right, we have other events coming up. You can follow us on Facebook. We have a brand new website that is launching this month too, so look for that on Marion Catholic High School. And thank you so much for sharing all that information. If you want to contact the school, you can get into contact with the parent ambassadors also through Marion Catholic High School. And thanks for watching us here on Let the People Know.